All right, YouTube, what is happening? We are looking at the Nitecore EDC flashlight, tactical EDC flashlight. This is the, swear it was right here on the box, EDC33. There we go. EDC33. So let's take a look at this. We're going to compare it in a few minutes in some other footage to a bunch of other lights outside. Just kind of talk about that, you know, how I feel about the light. Some of the specs, all that good stuff. So let's talk about the light itself. So it comes in this nice little box. There's the light. Let's do some size comparisons. Cloud Defensive MCH 18350 size. I couldn't remember the name of that battery yesterday when I was doing this, when I was filming this. So there you go. The Surefire Stiletto Pro. So you can see it's about the same. It's a pretty small 18650 light. It's not technically actually not 18650 because it's a rechargeable light. So I'm not sure of the battery type they're using internally because it's not removable. So there's that interesting tidbit about it. So looking at the size here, I'm getting the manual out here to see if it does say anything about the battery. It does not. All right, so battery safety. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of battery it's using, but it is internal. Like I said, it's not removable. So similar to, like, you know, this, rechargeable, not removable. This one, however, is rechargeable and removable. So that may be a deterrent if you want something like that. So it does charge on the side here. It's got a cool little bezel here that switch changes. There's your port, USB-C charging. And then if you don't want it, if you want it covered up, make it waterproof, whatever, boom, you just slide that over. Pretty easy. It's got a lockout switch right here, so you can't accidentally do anything. Light doesn't work, flip the switch, boom. It's very intuitive and fast, so you would never really have to worry about this turning on in your pocket because you'd have it on lock all the time. All you have to do to unlock it is just slide your thumb down, boom. So, real easy. I like that feature quite a bit. Look at the reflector on this guy. And pretty small size overall. Pocket clip is really stiff. This is the lanyard attachment it comes with. Kind of a hit and miss. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The clip is super stiff, guys. So, like, that is one thing. It's going to be difficult to remove on and off your pants because of that. So let's go over the specs. The length of this guy is 4.55 inches. Head diameter is 1 inch exactly. Tube diameter is 0.94 inches. And it weighs 4.27 ounces. With the lanyard, it's 4.48. So it doesn't add a whole lot of weight to it. Your specs, you're looking at on lumen shield mode, which we'll talk about. It's an interesting marketing thing. The beam distance is 400 meters, and it has a peak beam density of 40,505 candela. So pretty dang good. The Cloud Defensive MCH is about 50K. Now on the smaller battery, I don't believe it gets that high either. So you have to go up to the full size 18650 to get that kind of candela. So that is actually really good. I love seeing that because most of these companies overseas, they focus so much on lumens, they just forget about candela. So I like that. Nitecore is actually doing pretty well with that lately. The search mode, or spotlight mode, is 1700 lumens, and its beam distance is 450 meters and 54,000 candela. So more than the Cloud MCH. Pretty impressive, because I feel like that is kind of the gold standard for candela. So your high mode is 1200 lumens, or 10,500 candela, with a beam distance of 208 meters. Middle mode there is 300 lumens, 182 meters, 8350 candela. Low mode is 70 lumens, 1930 candela, and ultra low mode is 5 lumens. So you have a nice, really low mode. Now, things get a little interesting. So all that sounds good on paper, right? But then you got to figure out how to use the flipping light. My least favorite thing about this light, I like the size, I like its power, I like the switch, I like the lockout feature, I like the charging, all those good things. And then, so it's kind of a complicated light to work. Let's just put it that way. It's got lots of modes. And that's why it's not focusing. Okay, so if I long press here, let's unlock. If I hold it down, that right there is what we call lumen shield. So you can't see, let me see, this is gonna be super bright on your eyes, so just bear with me. It is, and I showed it outside better, it shows way outside better. It is a massive circular, like literal shield, like we talked about. Now, me, that's silly. It's a marketing term. Obviously, it's not going to shield you from anything, but it will do a pretty good job of disorienting someone. So there's that mode, and then you have single press mode for the searchlight. So you got the two high modes there, easily accessed. They're momentary. Now, to turn on the light, okay, it worked. So it's a little finicky. Like, that actually worked first try. Here's your lumen, moonlight, 5 lumen mode. And then you just simply click through the different modes. So right there, that sounds pretty good. Right, this is getting scratched up, man. I need to use like a mat or something. So that worked well, right? And then you've got this little battery charging thing here. Lets you know how much battery. So I got 3. This is really bright, by the way, when it's dark. So it's kind of a cool aesthetic, but it's also a bit annoying. So you have a nice low mode if you need it. So that worked out well. That's not normally... there's been times where I'm like, I just want to have the low mode. So I'm like clicking it and like, okay, right now, notice how nothing is turning on. Okay. Or how it flashed for a second there. Depending on how fast you click it, it's just a little finicky. So I like the extra modes. I like so many things about it, but I feel like it's a little complicated to use. It's not simple, which tends to be a common theme among a lot of lights. What I like about the MCH is you got 2 modes. You got low and freaking high. Now the low is not as low, which I would like to see more of a moonlight mode. One thing that Nitecore and Olight and a lot of these a lot of these companies do well is they do provide a nice moonlight mode, which is really appreciated. Most of the US manufacturers do not. I do want to compare it against this guy. This is a WowTac A6. This is one of these smaller 18650 lights out there. Again, I'm assuming this is 1860 size, so, but again, it's internal battery. But this one is pretty small, but it doesn't have a tail switch. So that is the one thing. You add that tail switch, about the same size, because if you were to add a tail switch, it would poke out a little bit more probably. So that's about the most compact 1860 I've found still to this day. So I always keep it around for that very thing. So yeah, the modes can be finicky. You know, I like the idea. I mean, I think the lumen shield is a little bit of gimmicky marketing. I like that idea. I do kind of dig this lanyard because you can utilize it as a retention device. So if you grab it out of your pocket and want to hold on to it and then need to use something, you can kind of keep it on your fingers, right? But this clip is like, what? What are you clipping this onto exactly? A lanyard? Like, you clipping it to your pants pocket and then you gotta undo it. So not my favorite. Yeah, not my favorite. I might end up actually undoing this paracord and ditching this and just doing a loop because it works better. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go out and let's look at the footage, see how it does outside. Stay tuned. All right, out getting some shots with the EDC33 from Nitecore. I'm gonna do the turbo mode here. See, insanely bright, like absolutely lights that tree up. That's not even the lumen shield. Prepare yourself for this. Maybe it is the lumen shield. There we go, there's the lumen shield. You can see, I mean, it's hard to tell, but can you see how wide that beam is? It's like way crazy, like crazy wide. All right, oh, that gets hot. Now that flashlight is hot, holding that for that long. All right, so here's just a normal mode. That's low, medium, and there's your high. I'm gonna compare the high to a few different lights. So here's the Cloud Defensive MCH, the smaller version that runs on a, what's the battery? 18340? Could be wrong. Versus the Nitecore on the right. So you can see the Nitecore has a much cooler beam versus the warmer beam, and the candela of the MCH is just destroying it. I mean, you can't even, all you can see is the MCH right now. I'm literally shining them both on the same tree, and the MCH candela just takes over. So not a lot of candela, which is very, very common with these kind of lights. Here is the Nitecore EDC27. Oh, no, sorry about the strobe. They're pretty similar. I'd say, yeah, the EDC27 has a wider beam. This is a little bit more concentrated. A little bit more throw. Still on high. It's getting really hot. This is the Surefire Stiletto Pro, so Nitecore on the left. Surefire 1000 lumens. And yeah, I think this is a good comparison. So super bright, and I like this mode. This is the low mode. It's not what I would call a moonlight mode, but it's pretty low. It's probably like 50 lumens, maybe less. Medium, high. And if you hold down, you get lumen shield, which I mean, this is legitimately like a massive circle. Like, it is huge. So I see why they call it that. And if you click again, you go to off mode, and then you have the lock. Well, that's not gonna make sense here, but let's go one more time from light off. You know, lumen shield. Gets really hot. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty freaking bright, and it's got some great candela. It's a good smaller size. It really is a good light. I really do like it. It's grown on me quite a bit, but again, the two complaints I have. Well, the lanyard's not the greatest, but that's easily replaceable, so that's not really a complaint. The clip is a little stiff, and then the button activation can be just a little finicky. See, I just double clicked and it didn't turn on. That's what I'm talking about. So you've really got to like long press it, double click. There it goes. So it's a little finicky. It works. It's just when I don't want to blind the crap out of myself, getting to that low mode is kind of difficult. Not too bad. I just kind of proved myself wrong. So it takes a little practice. The point is, it's not the most simple thing to use, but if you're a flashlight nut and like flashlights and want to carry something this size, it's a good size. Here's my hand. I just wear medium-sized gloves on pretty big hands. And it takes up about the whole hand. So nice tactical light, good for EDC. One thing that tactical lights typically don't have is a moonlight mode, and this does, so that is nice. I do like that about it. So I'll probably continue to carry this around and try it out for a few days and give you but so far I do like it. I think it's a great light, and I'll have a link in the description where you can get it from Nitecore. I'll probably have two links, one for Nitecore and one for my Amazon store if it's sold on there. But Nitecore did send this out to me for review, so there's the big lumen shield marketing there. But I do love this lockout feature. I think that's just awesome. You don't ever have to worry about this burn. I've had flashlights burn holes in my pants before, legitimately, has happened. So that's a really appreciated mode. And I like the hidden charging too. So lots of cool items. And the candela is great. So overall, a pretty good win for this light. All right, I'll have a link in the description for the price and everything for that. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.